proud of, like that's finished, that's already finished and completed, and you're like, done, I don't work on this anymore? What project are you most proud of and why? I can start. I always like it that the people who come up with the question, they're the ones on the spot, you know? So for me, I would say that I don't work on anymore. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty proud of the DAO. You know, like straight up, like the DAO was pretty epic, and somehow we maneuvered, got hacked for $50 million, and no one really lost any money. I'm really proud of that. That was like, yeah, that was some ninja shit. So I'm pretty happy with how everything worked out there. I'll pass it to Sem.
I know the one that comes to my mind is, I guess, the one that Paulo is going to say. So I will say another one. I guess that I had a social network some time ago. It ended up very badly because the servers went down and there was no decentralization technologies yet. But it was, so I am not working on that anymore, of course. But it was huge, and I am so proud of it. It was a social network for activists, and it had a lot of impact on the people. I am going to pass it to Fabi.
Thank you, Sam. Hey, guys. I'm like a newbie in the decentralized world. I'm starting in the DAO, so there is no project that I finished already and I'm not working more. So I don't know if I can answer the question. Yeah, I don't know. I pass it to Seti.
Thanks, Fabi. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I didn't finish any project, but I hope TC it's the best project. So yeah, that's my goal. I'll pass it to Paulo.
No, but wait. We gotta go back. I'm sorry, I've been trying to unmute, but my computer's freaking out. It doesn't have to be a crypto project. I almost talked about coaching my little sister's basketball team. I should have done that.
Oh, cool. A project that I'm proud of that I'm not working anymore is a project related to, I used to work on the mobile world. I had to develop an app for fantasy football prediction. And it's an app that has really cool animation and use intelligent artificial intelligence to predict the points. So yeah, it's kind of social network and app to play in the fantasy football. So yeah, I am really proud of it. And now I pass it to Seti.
Thanks, Fabi. Yeah, much better now. Yeah, a project I'm super proud of, even if we didn't make it to the like a professional. But we're on an esport team on Heroes of the Storm, and it was it was super fun and educative. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and now I'll pass it to Paulo.
Awesome, thanks, Septi. For me, it will be a really easy answer. It's the communities app that worked as my final project for the university, and it was something that started out like a really small prototype, like a toy, but then I started looking at it as something more complex and with a lot more functionalities. So it became at the end to like a complete Aragon app, which is the committee's one. And yeah, it's something that I did with Sem that it helped me a lot, and we asked the community for funding even. So it's something really, really close to my heart. Yeah, I'll pass it to Bart.
I'm really sorry, I missed the question. That was in the wrong server.
The question is, name a project and that you're really proud of finishing, that you don't work on anymore, and why you're so proud of it.
It's already a couple of years ago. We made an album with a rock band, and I'm really happy about the result. Not many other people are, but that's okay with me. I'm really proud of having a CD in my hand where I know how much work we put in there, and I still like it, yeah. I pass it to curly bracket effect.
Hey, sorry. I had to get my headset and unmute. I kind of just jumped into this meeting thinking that I'm looking for the Tulip Swarm meeting. I thought this was it, but it's not. But it sounds like you guys are talking about coding, and I'm front-end dev. So I think the question is a project that I'm proud of. I think it was super fun to make this project. When I was in school, we foosball. I don't know if you guys don't know foosball, and we made an app that tracked foosball stats, and we used it for a tournament. So yeah, we could play, like all the students could play, and yeah, I thought that was super fun. I was proud of that.
That's awesome. That's super awesome. Okay, well, let's popcorn agenda topics really quick. I posted the agenda in the Commons Discord channel, just up above, Commons with the little beehive hex after it. So I assume we'll talk about our votes. We'll talk about the Gitcoin grant. We'll go over the board and do a hatch freeze update. But are there any other comments, other agenda topics we want to add?
The tests and an overview of the hackathon the last week. I think that's all.
Okay, cool. Well then, Sem, do you want to tell us about any votes that we have to vote on?
Yes, we have the weekly vote and the vote on the design grant. Did you create it, Griff?
I did.
Okay, so there are 2 votes. Also, the last week we are handling of the Garden Swarm DAO to the Garden Swarm team, and all the votes are already ready in order to burn all the tokens except Gaby's, and then from there they can rebuild the DAO with new members. If you want to join the Garden Swarm, you can also ask for a token. But I thought that it will be the best and clean way to handle it off. And there are like $85 worth of honey in there, but I guess that we can just leave it there, and that's all.
A donation.
Yeah, it's not so much honey.
Okay, cool. So definitely go out and vote. I guess that it's worth mentioning the design bounty. It was somewhat controversial, but we're the thing that Sen and I were talking about with Chewy is to send 0.66 honey to our friend Ephra, who helped out and really was the catalyst behind the AMA design, and then also someone who failed, who submitted an infographic that we didn't end up using. They would get 0.099 honey. Sem, did you have anything on that?
No, it's okay. I will, as we said last week, we need to take a lot of care on the budget, and use it for the things that in a way that all the group is aware of. So it's just we need to make a precedent in which, okay, from now on, we need to be aware of that. That's the only thing that I would say.
Cool. I would agree. Okay, so then next on, anyone else have any comments on this? Rock the vote. Get out there and vote, please. Really appreciate the vote. We need at least 2 more on the. I think we have enough for the payment this week, but we definitely need 2 more on the design bounties. Another topic, we have a Gitcoin grant. It just got out. I doubt it has any donations, unless Sem, did you donate? Chewy did a great job on this last minute, pushing it out. And Sem, I believe you reviewed it, right?
Yeah, I think that, well, if you can watch if everything is correct, I just got what there was in the document that Chewy and me were working on it, and if there is some type or something, we can correct it. But I wanted it as soon as possible in Gitcoin. I guess that we are not going to receive much donations because the cycle is closing in few days, but we already have it for the next time.
Cool. I think I'll be able to verify the Twitter, so I'll make that on my to-do list. But
Okay.
rock the vote and donate Pan if you can. In fact, it's worth mentioning, Gitcoin grant donations are a huge part of the Common Stack and really the whole Blockchain for Good community. So if you haven't voted yet, I have a cart of it's like 150 different projects. So it might be a little much, but hey, it's nice to have too many options, right? Let me see if I can find it. Definitely get out there and donate, and ideally donate in Pan, because then you get double matching for all the projects. So yeah, if you can, donate in Pan.
It doesn't depend on the Pambara League thing.
So every grant, so if you're a Panvala League grant, then you get even more matching, right? Then you get you can get anywhere between just 2x and 20x. But if you're but for every grant that gets a donation, they get at least 50% matching. So if you donate $100 in Pan, then they'll get at minimum, it depends on how much Pan is used, but generally a minimum of $50 of Pan will be sent to them in a month and a half. On top of also you get the quadratic matching from Gitcoin and all these other things. So it's super cool. Definitely use Pan tokens if you can, and but maybe not today because gas is ridiculous today. So cool. I want to get this Gitcoin grant out. Does anyone have any Gitcoin grants that they want to specifically promote?
I think that it's a bit late. Do we have any way? I mean, you already did the promotion for Common Stack grants and everything. I guess that it doesn't have so much sense to repromote. It's just let's have it there. If somebody donates, it's okay. But redoing all the promotion, it's probably not going to worth it. But for the next time, we include it as a Common Stack grant.
Yeah, I think it's worth. Well, I mean, I'm going to promote it. The Common Stack will promote it. It's really nice to get it in people's carts, because then like sometimes Gitcoin makes it really easy to donate to the grants that you donated last time.
Yeah.
So it's good to get in people's carts, and a lot of people haven't donated. They wait till the last minute to donate. So I think it's worth it.
Okay, you may be right. Yeah.
Ivy's gonna tweet it, or she's gonna tweet it for sure. And great work at getting it out. So, does anyone else have any favorite Gitcoin grants? Just while we're all here, that they want to promote.
I think Bright ID is always a good one to back.
Nice.
Hey guys, my name is Sandeep. I just joined OneHive yesterday, and this is my first day of being in any community meeting over OneHive. So I really am overwhelmed, as well as a little bit confused on how the schedules are. I have the calendar synced on my mobile. I have been invited to the Tulip server for doing some of the front-end work over React. But yeah, that's my intro. I know this sounds tangential to what is happening right now, but I had to like push my way to like get introduced and meet you all guys.
Well, welcome so much. I think curly brackets is also in the same boat, and the curly bracket effect. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is also the seeker. So thank you for speaking up. I know nothing about the tulip call. Does anyone else know anything about this tulip call?
Yeah. So apparently, I think daylight savings time messed us up here. So it's happening in, I guess, 40 minutes. And it will be in the Tulip Swarm Discord channel. Sandeep, I can send you the link to that if you're not already in there. But it'll be happening in a voice channel there.
Okay, I'm already there. Chris actually invited me over there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for that update. Okay, so but that being said, hey, if you're a front-end dev and you like building economies, this is what we're doing. We're using bonding curves and conviction voting to create micro economies for public good causes, like nonprofit causes. So if that has interest to you, you're more than welcome to stay, of course. And we're going to go through our issues, and it's going to get pretty devy here, like right now.
Is it fine if I give you like an intro of myself on how I came here and?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So, blockchain is my dream. I had this dream of getting into the space like 4 years ago, but I didn't have the right roadmap to learn it. So I recently came across Udacity and started learning blockchain nano degree. And somehow I met some of the people over Gitcoin, and they invited me over Metagame and slowly over Raid Guild. And by the way, I'm one of the contributors over XDAI Chain's OmniBridge. I'm currently doing that. And yeah, that's how I was able to come over Bright ID's sponsors one by one. And that's how I met OneHive. I also have a little bit of honey just to try it out myself on how this works. So that's how I exactly landed here. Sorry to bore you guys.
No, thank you so much for the introduction and welcome to OneHive. It's a really fun community and there's a lot going on. It's hard to keep up. So watch
I
out.
very much look forward to do anything regarding React, TypeScript, GraphQL, Node, etc. I'm slowly learning Solidity, but my aim is to become a full stack smart contract developer. I'm getting there.
Nice. Well, we'll see what comes up. Sorry, Sam, what were you going to say?
Yeah, if you're aware of the course that Gabi is organizing,
I'm already there,
right now.
enrolled.
Excuse me?
I'm already enrolled into the Morphosis course.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Gabi is a super good dev.
I still wonder how you guys are able to do it for free. Like many people are taking advantage of this field and they are charging boatloads of money. Well, you guys are.
Of course, but it's an open community. The idea is that we help each other, and the money is not that important. I mean, it's important, and we still make money from that in other ways. So why not doing it for free? And
this is seriously one of the craziest things about the crypto space is that we can use economic models to create public goods and create free resources for people to enjoy that add value and actually just be rewarded by continue value creation within the token economy. So we don't actually necessarily have to have the classic business model approach because we have an economic model. It's kind of a mind fuck, to say it lightly, but it's amazing. In bull markets especially, it works great.
But also, if we think it in another way, we are closing the supply-demand curve where the supply is very less and the demand is too high for the crypto market, and everyone's looking for good talent. So why not bring in some and make the community even more beautiful? I would think it in that way. Like I would personally train 2 to 3 people if I'm proficient at it, and be a good community partner.
Yeah. Well, but let's get back to it. Let's get back to the agenda. I think this is I'm going to have the board up here so I can start making issues if they come up. But maybe Sam and Paulo, you guys want to give us a breakdown of the hackathon you guys did last week?
Okay, we centered mostly on the tests. I don't remember how it began, Paulo. We began with where we left last time.
We began with the hatch oracle test.
Yeah, we fixed the oracles.
And then the impact hour.
It was not an actual fix. They were working all the time. But
yeah,
we fixed the issue. Let's say that in a way. So if we had something regarding ACL oracles in the issues, it's fixed. No, we didn't have anything. Paulo, maybe it was on Monday. It was on Monday that we said that we already fixed that because we began the hackathon and fixed that before the previous Monday.
I think it was Wednesday, but I'm not sure. But yeah,
we already talked about that, and what we were going to do this week was to finish the tests. And the idea we had last week was finishing the tests and do a demo. We couldn't do the demo because we had some problems finishing the tests. But right now, what we have is a problem with the refund test. so it's not yet ready. We have the migration test done. I just need to take it and integrate it into the code, but it's working. And the redemptions, we also had some problem, Pablo.
We still have some problem with one unit test left. We check the period when the hatch ends and the funds are distributed between the funding pool and the reserve pool, and there are tests for that, and they work well. But we still have one final problem with the redeem itself that we're still working on. But if there are only two main tests to do, the refund one and the redeem one, and once we had that, we can show a demo.
The demo, in order to do the demo, we need to deploy the template.
Yes.
And we still didn't test it. So this is something that it may take more time than expected, but it should be working. And then once we have it deployed, we have the front end that is more or less ready. But I guess that what we can do is during this week is to finish the tests. Exactly the same thing than last week, but we needed more time. So the objective of this week continues being the same, but right now we are much more advanced. And I'm so glad that the boat is working, and we have a battery of tests that covers the cases, and we just need to fix the two of the tests, but it's much more advanced. And I could show my screen if you want to see all the things that it's doing, just for a quick update.
Sure. While you're doing that, I wanted just to mention how crazy awesome this system is that we have, and for us it's just part one, but this is a final product that I think we should be promoting within the OneHive space that we've built, which is especially when it's paired with the work of the TEC parameters crew. We've built something really cool, guys. Like we have aligned the interests between the people, the team percent that a normal group would get, along with the initial fundraise group. So we have this nice system that aligns the incentives for both groups so that they're both rewarded if they raise more funds in the project, but in a way that makes sense. As well as we have a really cool system to actually design these parameters that I don't think very many DAOs have this kind of thing. So I fully expect this to be a product that we promote and that lots of people use without going to the Commons upgrade, doing the bonding curve and the conviction voting thing. Because I mean, if you were going to do a Moloch DAO, this is the way, right?
Okay, if you see my screen,
it's not showing.
Yeah.
I have to close it and share it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you see it now? No.
Nope.
Wait a sec. Now?
Yeah, now showing.
Okay, the font is so tiny, so maybe you have to do an effort to read it. This is an already run test. So what it makes is to create the DAO with 3 transactions. In the first transactions, it creates the DAO in this address. and adds a dandelion voting and a hook token manager. The last commit I added is to replace the hook token manager by a simple token manager, because it might save us from some problems. And we don't need the hook here in this DAO design. And also the token manager is audited and the hook token manager is not. So we are going with just the token manager. So we create the DAO. Then in the transaction 2, we add the impact hours app, the Hatch app. For those who don't know those apps, they are the ones that we have created in this swarm. The Hatch is a kind of fundraising, and the impact hours is what Griff was saying just before regarding the sweat equity. Depending on how much the fundraising is getting, people who has been working on the DAO during the last time will receive more or less funds. And finally, we install a tollgate, a redemptions, and a conviction voting. Should not be here. Probably it's migration tools app. We have to change that. And once we have this DAO, we go with the test max goal is reached, and we open the hatch. Don't forget about this. It should not be here. And then we contribute with 1,000 DAI, and we create transactions for because we are going to contributing and reaching the max goal. Then we can close the hatch. But before closing the hatch, we have to claim impact hours for all the contributors. And here are all the people who has impact hours, because we are forking the XDAI network and running these transactions on local, but simulating the XDAI network. So we make sure that this is going to work when we do this. For sure. Okay, so it's one of the things that Hard is allowing, and it's one of the things that Gabi told us, and he will be explaining on the Ethereum course. So stay tuned about this kind of tools. So we claim all the impact hours for all the people, the real people who are out there, who right now has impact hours. And once we have claimed all the impact hours, we close the hatch. And here is when the funds are split between the two vaults, and we check out that they are well splitted. And what else? We cannot show, we cannot test if it is well redeemed. This is the test that Paulo was saying that is not working. So we are skipping it right now, and we have to fix it. When we try the same thing with reaching the minimum goal and making the time pass, it also works. When we don't reach the minimum goal, we enter in the refunding state, but it is also failing. And we saw that it is because the hatch doesn't have the burn permission or something like that, but it was still failing after that, right, Paulo?
Yes.
So we still need to fix that part too. And then we also have a test for the migration, which is super cool, but I still need to integrate it into this, because Paulo and me were working on different versions of the repo, taking my changes and moving it to here. So, but it's already working. So this is what we have been doing during the week, and it has been very hard. I don't know if the result worth looking or not, but this way we have we are very sure that everything is working as expected.
Nice. Very nice. That's super cool. Paulo, did you have something to add?
No, nothing to say here. Just well, the things that Sam was saying, that it was really hard sometimes. We even had some problems related to point fix arithmetics, where we have to work on the formula because the implementation on Solidity regarding the token decimals and the way we subtract or divide amounts, it was something really interesting to work on and to solve. But yeah, it was really awesome and quite hard week, but it was great.
That's right. We updated the impact hours implementation because it was not. We had some problems with the decimals, and right now we are putting into the formula just the expected raise instead the expected raise per impact hours. But I think that we already talked about that in the last meeting. Okay.
And did Vitor reach out to you for testing the impact hour, testing the dashboard validity for some of these things?
Yes, the thing is that this was a problem with the... yes, Victor reached out to me. I sent him the tests for the impact hours. The thing is that the formula is the same. Written in Python is the same. The problem is with Solidity, because we cannot add too much decimals and we are joining two parameters in one, because at the end we want the multiplication. So for Vitor, it should not be a problem. This change will not be a problem for him. And we still can... I told him to run the tests, and if he has some problem, we can have a meeting.
Very cool. Well then, let me make sure that I got this right. We closed the tests for the test the migration. Those are done, but they need to be added to the console. Is that right?
Exactly.
Who should we assign to adding them to the debug console?
No, it should be. I am doing that.
Okay. Let me just do that really quick.
And the rest of the tests, what we can do this week is I can check out the rest of the tests, and Paulo can deploy it and fix the front end. So I think that it will be a good way to divide the work.
So Paulo will be in charge of making the demo work for the TEC.
Yeah, and okay. we also had an issue. Well, Sam created an issue to show on the Hatch frontend the impact hours, I think, that you have when you connect to the Hatch, and then you can see when the claiming reward phase is happening, you can see on the Hatch frontend your TEC Hatch converted tokens. So to show better the whole process. So we add that issue there.
I see it. 53. That's cool. That doesn't get in the way of the hatch freeze though, right?
No, I don't think so. It's more for the demo.
Cool. I mean, we definitely want to see if we can get the demo out for sure. I'm just trying to keep the in progress as like things that are blocking the hatch freeze, basically. Well, kind of. Okay, so we also I closed this implement as ACL Oracle to only allow action when hatch is closed. I'm pretty sure I can close that, right? Cool. Sorry, what's Sam?
Yes, it can be closed.
Okay, so then we'll just go down this list here. Creation of text for cultural build tribute and hatch tribute, I believe.
Yeah,
Fabi.
that's finished. There is pending some formula to calculate it's not related to this task, but I will be working on that. It's the percentage that we are drawing next to the both text that I've been talking with Paulo today, and I will be working on that.
Very cool. Okay.
But the task, in fact, is finished.
Perfect. Is there an issue for that other thing that you're talking about? Was it this listen to hatch app instance dynamically? No.
No, there is no issue. We can create a new one if you want.
Yeah, definitely. I want to.
I can do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Fabi. Write tests that test the refund. So this is still in progress, as well as the tests that test redeem. Correct?
Yes.
And then integrate
the tests are right, and the thing is that we have to solve them. But we can keep the tasks like they are.
Is it right to assign the refund test to Paulo and you the redeem tests?
I will be working with both of them, but I think that Paulo can also be like there and watch it together. Probably this week is going to work as well as last week because we are not going to be in the same room. It worked very, very well last week, but we cannot do it all the time. So I think that we can divide the work in that way. I try to fix all the tests and Paulo and tell Paulo if I see any problem or something, and Paulo can be the responsible of the front end and the deployment. And if we deploy the things that we have now, well, actually, I still have to include the tests of the migrations, but also the change in the smart contract of the template in order to be able to migrate the DAO and create the vote and everything. So this is included in the template. Even if we cannot refund or redeem, we can migrate. And this is going to be the demo of the week. Let's try to migrate to another DAO. So I think that even if it's not working, and it's not clear if it's working or not, but we cannot make it go. But even if that's not working, we can still do the demo. So they are independent tasks.
Well, the one thing that man, we really need this demo, but at the same time, if it slows down the hatch freeze, I wonder if it's worth it, because if we can have all brain power being focused on getting what needs to be done, so we can hand this to Adria, that ends up being the slowest. That speeds us up over having the demo.
That's another thing that we should talk about. The hatch freeze and how we are going to handle from now on. I before that, because it's going to be a topic, I wonder if Fabi would like to say something about the progress he had this week, because he had some progress, so some nice progress with the disputable honeypot. Is there any news, Fabi?
Yeah, well, actually, I applied the Tech UI library to the honeypot site, in the disputable version that one hub is currently working, and it doesn't look really nice, but it looks. I mean, it not looks excellent, but we are close to what I think the tech style. So I will need to work with probably with Marco if he's available to work on the images and also some colors. I mean I want to see I want to him to see the how it looks and what we can customize to be close what is the current design of tech. I didn't send him a message yet, but I don't know if he's the correct person to work on this.
Okay, I just wanted to say that he sent me some screenshots and they look like almost it needs some changes, but it's presentable.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it needs some love, but it doesn't look that bad.
Exactly. So that will be, and regarding Adria, we already have been discussing it in private and in also other meetings. When I showed him the code and the design and everything, he said, "Whoa, that's a lot of things." I thought that it would be just a small contract, and the design is presenting a lot of different Aragon applications that work together between them. And in order to audit that, I should spend like 3 months. So I think that, and he's not very comfortable doing that. And he said that he will be helping us. So I have been asking him, and also talking with Griff, which will be the most interesting thing that he could help us, not regarding doing everything. Griff said that the bonding curve, the modified bonding curve, will be a good place to audit because, well, it's there where the funds will be at the end. And conviction voting is already not audited, but on top of a lot of money of one hive. So the thing is that one of the things that we can ask Adria is to audit just the application of the bonding curve, and then we have to find another solution for the hatch. We can.
He's not able to look at the hatch and the impact hours apps just as standalone, especially the hatch is actually holding funds, right? And then it mints tokens that control them. It'd definitely be good to at least have him review it.
We can talk about doing a review, like you are reviewing a pull request, something like that. I was going to talk with him today, but he was not at home. So maybe now, after this call, I can talk with him and go through. I don't know. The thing is that it's a lot of things, and he is like, man, I have been 2 years without touching these kind of things. I am not. He's not feeling comfortable by reviewing the hatch part, but he could review the bonding curve. Talking with him, he was feeling much more comfortable. So I will see what, because we still didn't grab a seat and talk about it with the code in front of us. So anything can happen with when we do that. Maybe he says, "Oh, that's not that difficult to." It's a modular system, so just by checking out this contract and this contract, it should be fine. But because we didn't see it yet, I cannot say what we are going to, which will be the outcome. But the idea is that we might need to launch the HDAO without an audit, and we might find other solutions. I don't know if other auditors or just by setting up a book bounty. So if somebody finds a book, instead of trying to exploit it, he can claim the bounty. And I don't know, that will be an option. I also think that we are very delayed, and an audit will take a lot of time. And we already have the tests.
I would say on this, let's just have like a 3-way call. Let's schedule a call with Yumi and Adria and see if we can find a time or like an understanding of what we could do. Because like finding an auditor with this short notice is not possible, or not reliably possible. So if he would be, so we'll talk about it. We'll see what we can get just as like a second check. Okay, cool. But that's good to know. Thank you so much, Sem, for this feedback. We only have 5 more minutes, so I want to just like cruise through some of these and just get some updates. There's this pull request by Fabi for that font. Looks like it's still blocked here. Is there anything updates on this?
Well, I'm pushing now the branch that is working, that it was in my local computer, so it should be fixed now.
Who should merge it?
I can do it. I mean, it's the version that is published in NPM, and it's working.
Sweet, awesome. Okay, cool. When it's merged, feel free to close.
Okay.
And then there's this one. Need a new font for TCUI. Do you know anything about this?
I mean, I think that this one can be closed, and I will be talking to Marco. I mean, I think after the call with Marco, we will see if we need a new font or not.
Awesome. And then there's replacing the hook token manager with the audited token manager contract. Who should this be assigned to?
I already did it.
Oh, it's already done?
It's already done, yeah. I think that you misunderstood. This is one of the things that is already there.
So it really just needs to be changed in the debug console?
Yes, exactly. I can do that No, it's already changed in the debug console. What needs to be changed in the debug console is the conviction voting that appears there, and it's already there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I did create an issue for that. I assume is that it says conviction voting in the debug console, but it shouldn't. This is not something that's blocking the hatch, though, I assume.
Yeah, it is very easy to fix.
And is that to you?
Yeah.
Sweet deal. There are some other front-end developers in this call. Is there anything that you think that we would want to pass to them? Fabi, do you have anything that you would want support from?
I mean, I will need to see what we need to change from the honeypot after the call with Marco, but I think that yeah, probably we will need some help. But I don't know at this moment what we need to change. But
There is-
probably for next meeting we will have some things to work on.
There is an issue that maybe someone can take. It's the Tech Hatch issue 52. It's a new issue, actually. Yeah, it's basically make it easier to add the XDAI network to MetaMask. So maybe it's an important issue regarding the UI, the user experience, I mean. So maybe someone can take this one, or if there's no one, I can take it, but this is a good issue for front-end development.
Well, Sandeep, Tutu Wolf, or Curly Bracket Effect, do you have any interest in learning how to force a user with MetaMask to actually just add XDAI to their network?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah? Cool. What's your, well, I guess I'll just DM you this issue, and it is Sandeep.
Just in case, if you have any issue on this, I have the code that I built for Honey to MetaMask. I can share it with you. Feel free to DM me.
In that case, it's to add it's at I did that for the faucet. You can copy it in some way, because it's a bit different than adding a custom token. It's when you are in the wrong network, the pop-up should appear.
Cool. Well, what I'd say is we can, if you don't mind, Fabi, Sandeep, you can reach out to Fabi for support here, and I'll just DM you this issue.
Perfect.
Sweet.
But by the way, check out the text in the issue, because I wrote a forum post in OneHive explaining more context regarding that. And as I was saying, the example on the faucet.
Mm-hmm.
Can since we're not using, so thank you, Sandeep, and I'll DM you this issue in just a second. But we're at the top of the hour. I want to close. Can we close this? Finish the hook token manager documentation, or do we still have to do this?
We are not going to use the hook token manager at the end, so we can close it.
Great. Then I believe this is it. Well, do you know if Mitch did the rename all parameters to match final consensus names? Did he finish that?
Yeah, he reached to me, and I told him we still didn't finish it because the TSC template is going to be deprecated. So he reached to me, but I told him, let's not do that right now.
Is that something he's going to want to do this week or not?
Let's wait one more week until we, at least until next Friday or something.
If you don't mind, Griff, may I hop off and join the Tulip
Yes,
server?
of course. And in fact, that's our show today. Thank you so much, Sandeep, for joining and taking on an issue. It's super cool. And thank you all for joining us. We are so close. We are so close. I'm really excited to see this thing get launched this week.